Hola, hola, muy buenas tardes. Aparentemente la regué con el lanzamiento del video y no salió ayer. Según iba a ser ayer, me fui muy tranquilamente y sucede que no fue así. Bueno, tampoco es que haya mucha mucha diferencia. En fin, vamos a continuar con esta historia. Y yo creo que ya me lo acaba. De Stormblood. Thank the time you spotted that cracked plank. This ship ended up bringing my father home. And the captain said, well, just to say I'm not a pirate anymore. I'm going to live in Doma with my father. We're free. It will be far too quiet with Ogotsetsu around. I wonder if we will ever see him again. Oh, speaking of reunions, have you spoken with Ihanashi? It turns out his father was among the returning conscripts. Sí, justo acabo de hablar con él, ya dice. Gotsetsu relinquishes his duties with grace befitting a samurai lord. I only hope that I can fill the void which he has left behind. Lord Hien? Ah, Gotsetsu, fair journey to you, my friend. A bittersweet occasion, but there is yet ample cause to be grateful. Pray join us in the Kenkan. I will thank you properly. A ver, vamos a arreglar este volumen. With all that out of the way, no man should be able to look forward to a period of relative calm. As for us, well, we have an intriguing story to tell everyone back at the Rising Stones. A ver si tiene un diálogo diferente. Ya algo no cambió, pero mejor me quito la curiosidad. Lord Hien trained under Gotsetsu from the day he was old enough to hold a sword. Though he smiled through all the farewells, none will feel his absence more keenly. Our brothers and sisters are returned to us, and the dream of Doma's restoration is that much closer to being realized. It is a day that will live long in memory, and one that will never have dawned without the courageous actions of the Saiyans. On behalf of Doma and her people, we give you our deepest thanks. Lest you think me complacent, I assure you, I have not forgotten the dark cloud on the horizon. That Xenos lives is a source of great concern, mayhap the gravest. Yet there is little to be done but wait for Alphinaud to send word. Until then, I plan to devote myself to fulfilling the promise I made to Gotsetsu. By building a nation in which none need live in fear. I confess I miss him already, but the thought that he has at last found peace goes some way to soften the blow. I wonder, did you ever stop to ask yourself why he showed you such kindness? I believe the answer lies in past tragedy, specifically the death of his wife and daughter during the death of his wife and daughter during the invasion. Though he hid it well, they were never far from his thoughts, and in Yotsuyu's childlike mien, I believe he saw not a fallen tyrant, but the little girl who was lost to him. After the loss to his family, Gosetsu devoted himself wholly to the service of his country. He suffered any hardship, strove beyond the limits of endurance without hesitation or complaint. Though Tsuyu could never truly replace his daughter, I had hoped that with her at his side, he might live out the remainder of his days in relative content. While the kami had been so minded, even now I labor to discern any meaning of Jotsuyu's fate. To deliver her from certain death with no memory of her sins, only to leave her at the mercy of her stepbrother. Can that truly have been their will? That I cannot tell you. The will of the kami is not for us to know. But what I do know is that for a brief moment a girl named Atsuyu lived among us, and that she so brought with her a whisper of respite for a grieving heart. Toma owes you a great debt, my friend. Thanks to you, we have everything we need to prosper. You and Eisei must promise to visit us again soon, and Alfino too. When he returns from the Empire, know that my thoughts go with him. However, his previous respect to him, we have not seen the last of Gosetsu. Of that I am certain. Alice? I think it's time we were going, don't you? We have done all we can here, and we have a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's call in a Dragon's Reach. We should be the others to tell about Xenos after everything we went through. Together we all heard that. Aquí la van. Nago. They have been quite signs the treachery in the throne room, with the qual Jenna are a problem we'll need to solve at some point. Jengo, Alice, you're back. No, Alfilo. It's good to see you, Elise. As for my headstrong brother, he's off on what will almost certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemane. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. What? Well, that's... If this is a joke, gods, this had better be a joke. Look, I know what I saw, alright? We all saw it. And here you are saying he's alive and well and living the high life back in Garlemald? I know how ludicrous this sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing it myself. But while I might doubt the word of an Imperial envoy, I am inclined to trust Jengo's. He saw the Crown Prince through the echo, and I'm meeting that could only happen. To place in the recent past. It was him. It was Xenos. No, it must have been, I don't know, some kind of really convincing impostor. Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. Aye, and someone went to the trouble of decrescenting the bastard's grave, remember? That's gilded halls. Whatever you are talking about. Tancred, what brings you to the Reach? I've not having lending a hand at the saltery, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on, just until operations were up and running, and now that they are, I thought I might look in on you before wending my weary way back to headquarters. Forgive me if I misread, but there is some suggestion that the late Crown's price could have gotten better. If so, might I suggest a quick look inside his coffin as our first order of business? As much as I hate the man, it doesn't feel right defiling his grave. But if it would put this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. And when there are no curiosities about, if we can manage it. Xenos is buried at the blues hole in the logs. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked, so as not to upset the locals. Any shouldn't be too hard to find. Nago, you are in charge until I get back. Vamos. Ahorita regreso, no me tardo mucho. Muy bien, ya está de regreso. A ver. My money is on writing snakes, possible spiders. Let's price in open and see what comes out. Most of the graves are grouped together, but they managed to find a lonely spot for sinners, didn't they? That's it, gods. He'd better be in there, Someone scrolled all over the stone a while ago, but I had it scrubbed off, and thought no more about it. So no one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied? Well then, we are presented with one course of action, and we had best be sure that we are not observed on doing it. Shall we begin?
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
If there is no corpse, then we are to conclude the rumors are true. Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind, and a Jengo have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Afino's theory of Asian possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you they have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. You are saying an Asian is walking around in Xenos' body? It seems a distinct possibility. Once I have put this grave back in the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible of interring the Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. If he wasn't, that was on trick. He as good as cut his own head off. Anyway, Rauban needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send word to me at Ragal's Reach. I don't know why I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Toma, we were due another crisis. Should we make for the Rising Stones then? It's fast time we share these developments with the others. While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with Urianger, Overling Pearl, and gave him a full report. Pistola is on her way and should be hearing any... Alice, Jengo, it is good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east? Disturbing developments indeed. Given all that we know, I too would conclude that Asian now inhabits Xenos' body. A doppelganger might fool the Crown Prince subordinates, but Jengo? Nay. Afino had the right of it. Would that his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety, capable though he has become, he ventures alone into the enemy's stronghold, and the shadowy web of the Paragons, like as not. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but I'm worried. I just wish there were something I could do for him besides pray. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace, we cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I more clear on this point? More than clear. This icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead and the bride beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan. Every party behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme, but there is no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of this star. What are you doing fiddling with that thing? I just give you a question, soldier. What are you? Have you lost your mind? I have lost many things, but my man is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final blow, only to find that the final was but an intermission. Shall I use this chance to repent for my sins? Embrace goodness and mediocrity? Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on. Sinus. The Romans had much to reclaim to Revenant Stone as you and me. They are family. Thank the gods I made it back in time to see them off. Ah, rayos. to give Ilazur bringing the meditation, put these waves of brutally love to take my mind drift to an old place. Focus and not focus. Just for the best. It is their past and their future, their home and I could not be happier for them. I hope Isildur can find someone to keep him company. With our missions we can never linger for long. We'll see Master of Enoch has put himself squarely in the path of danger. As a fellow Scion, I shall render whatever aid I can to ensure his safety return. Though he is but half the size of my curious brother, would seem Athena's bravery looms twice as large. Even Hori might hesitate to embarking alone to the heart of the Empire. Riol. Hola Riol. You gathered what scraps of intelligence we could. Myself from within the Earthian Alphino for his eastern sources, but there's a limit to what a bloke can learn about the Empire from outside its borders. Still, I never think invite myself aboard an Imperial bloody airship. That's impulsive, reckless. I have got to admire the lad's style. Liani. Didn't worry for my grandfather. If he should grow lonely and start to long for Homei's company, he will purchase passage to the next ship bound to the far east. I couldn't stop him if I tried. Alfino will have need of his wits if he is to survive his visit to Galeman. We know precious little about life in the Imperial's capital. Ponder. It's been an eventful few days, hasn't it? But I suppose we all can do now is wait for word from Alfino. I don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to be getting on with. We should probably make the most of it. Shall I put some tea? Tea will be lovely. You may regale me with the tale of your adventures in the Far East, and of your encounter with this new primal especially. I'll put the kettle on. That table looks free if you'd like to take a seat. You can play with a table. It is pronounced Tsukuyomi, correct? A figure far from Eastern mythology, no doubt. ¿Será lo mismo? Sí. Creo que les gusta esta mesa. Bueno. ¡Yay! Una película entera aquí. Ah, rayos. Interesting. So this Tsukuyomi was summoned in much the same manner as Susano, via medium of a secret relic. That's right. They believe their ghosts or kami reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalogue of such relics, but if we are to contain the threat, we will require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can on the subject. A fine idea. I know for a fact that our friends in Doma will be grateful for any information which could help to prevent further summoning in the region. I will pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Hien will wish to welcome our resident expert on aetherology. Greetings. Could it be that I need in time for tea? It certainly looks that way. Come on. Sit down and tell us how your investigations went. After you left, I went about questioning Ludhouse's gatekeepers. They all told Butch the same story. Once Lisa and her officers had confirmed Zeno's death, his corpse was interred under strict supervision. There seems little reason to doubt their testimony on that point, but when I mentioned the defacement of Zeno's grave, accounts grew rather more vague. None reported having seen suspicious previous in the vicinity, and all assumed the act had been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamigan. Crucial, however, he was able to confirm that when the offering skull was removed, as per Lisa's instruction, no one involved thought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, this was that the corpse was already missing. Assuming Xenos has not in fact risen from the dead, we are left with two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to lend credence to their claims of an extremely convincing impostor, or an Asian has taken up residence within it. If Asahi was as fair and devotee as you believe, he would not have been fooled by an impersonation. However committed, he must assume that we are dealing with an Asian, and proceed accordingly. Agreed. The question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alfinos in Garlemald? Their presence was his chief reason for going. He understood the risk. I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Igual de Imperial Hypersonic Assault Craft 25 50-75. A mí sería 50-25. Master of no. We are making good speed towards our destination. Is Optimus? No, it is just I can see. It's just I can see none from my cabin. I was curious and I curious to know the land over which we flew. I am afraid our military craft are built with little thought for such necessities. I am happy to indulge your curiosity. However, we are presently passing over the port, on the western edge of Othard. Even with the benefit of a porthole, your grace will have been greeted with not but miles upon miles of lifeless earth. I have read something of the port. It was described as a desolate wasteland, laid dry of every last drop of ether. It is believed that a succession of Iconsummanis was responsible. When Emperor Solus first came to Orhard and beheld this plight, he is said to have reeled at the scale of the devastation. He declared Icon's threat to our very star's existence and issued a period-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Report. We are under attack, sir. Magitech armor, no visible destination. Magitech? With who? All cannons return fire. Damage report. The main reactors have been hit. Hell unresponsive. We are going down, sir. timing. They knew exactly where to hit us. All hands brace for impact. Glad to have you back, Master Rafino. We have landed in one piece, more or less. With the air filtration system is smashed and the ship is filling with slot. We must gather survivors and get out while we still can. Aye. Keep us still as you can. Master of Phenomenas, my agents for survivors. Ok, ¿qué tenemos aquí? 3 strike, physic, roll. Ok. Pues parece que ya está allá. I would have made it. Yes, you very life is the prince wishes don't mess alive. Prince! I have no contact to Palais here. We are really Confound it. Not here. Not like this. What? Who in the Emperor's name? Our enemies of our enemies, instruction can't wait. You are carving creases, Master of Enough. Let us finish this then. My thanks. Your intervention proved most timely. Well, I did not think to make an abortion in this place, let alone a Zion. You know, Misa? I have some small history with your order. But I will speak of the present. Know your silence and the severity of your predicament. The soldiers wore the insignia of the Emperor's personal ward. As I could venture a guess as the motive, you yet have us as disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are? Our names are not yours for the asking, but as for our purpose, let this be your answer. An ancient mask. The face or our prey. Todas las máscaras en la cintura. We must away before more arrive. comatose or stay. But make your choice now. Even should we manage to long trek of the board and secure passage to the capital, we will no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's guard. Indeed, we accept your gracious offer. Shadow Hunter will suffice for the present. Come. Ah, mira, una máscara es de Nabriales, pero no sé quién es. No, no es Nabriales, ¿cómo se llama? No sé, pero esa que parece gato la recuerdo. This is intolerable, but much as I wish it were otherwise, there is nothing we can do for Alfino but pray for his success. Well, that's not entirely true. While your brother journeys to Galemal from the east, I could make my way there from Alamigo and find out what there is to be learned in the Empire's western provinces. Then I come with you. I can't very well stay here sipping tea if there's action to be taken. Forgive me, Alice, but the provinces are hostile territory, and still is all important. It is safer that I go alone. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. We should do this to Tancred. Not you too. I understand your frustration, Alice, but Jengo has the right of it. We must defer to Tancred's expertise in this matter. Fine. Just promise you will be careful. Alice, her brother Ricker, as some siblings do, but she worries for him nonetheless. It would be a kindness if you were to visit from time to time, and distract her from her cares. Well, I had best put on my soaking boots. There will be no room for mistakes once I have crossed the border from an amigo. It seems the pleasure is to be the extent of my contribution after all, but I will stay behind, and as I have been bid. We all have our talents. Mine is just happen to involve a facilitator and soft souls. I promise to send word the moment I learn out of consequence. See that you notify me too. I mean to depart for Doma as soon as I find a suitable Ardenar vessel to bear me thither, but I shall return if I am needed. Be sure to drop in whenever you are next in the area, Jengo. With any luck, I'll be painfully detailed report from Alfino to share. Ok. Sus ojitos. Sí. Oh, Jengo, you have gone hoping for news. I'm afraid there isn't any. Everything is exactly as it was. Istola is still investigating primals in the Far East. Tancred is still getting intelligence in the Imperial provinces, and Alphonse is still out somewhere. There has been no war since this first scheduled report, nor does he respond to the calls. All the while, I'm just meant to sit around here waiting. It's driving me mad. Begging your pardons, I have your message from Eversen Alliance. Thank the gods for that. We have a visitor. Welcome to Rising Stones. If you have a message, I should be the most eager to hear it. My lady, the Alliance leadership will soon convene to discuss the matter of Asian's interference, and they humbly request the presence of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Having accessed intelligence provided by the Alamiga Resistance, concerning the whereabouts of Sinnoh's remains, they too suspect Asian's involvement, and wish to deliberate suitable course of action. As the foremost authorities on our own, your orders, counsel, will be most welcome. Of course, we should be glad to assist in whatever way we can. With almost everyone else afield, I say this one falls to us, by which means I'm not going on my own. You'll go with me, I trust. Of course I will. There you have it, we accept the invitation. Thank you. The time of the day of meeting will be shared in due course, but I can confirm that the council will take place in Alamigo, by Luigi. I somehow thought we'll have everything useful to offer, but standing mutely as meeting will still be better than nothing I have been doing of late. Let's make ready to depart, shall we? Tancred, what's going on, man? Alright, just be careful on the road back. You're here. Did I hear right? Real, Tancred is coming back. Aye, that he is. Says he's acquired some important intelligence. Being in Garlemal territory, thought he couldn't risk sharing the particulars in case the Imperials were listening in. So he said he'd head back as quick as he could, and to make sure someone was waiting for him in the Lamigon quarters. Understood. Jengo and I will go. We are going to Alamigo anyway, and we are sure to be. And there's sure to be time before the council begins. Come on, let's be off. there is no doubt in your talent for espionage. But the journey is long and the borders heavily guarded. You did well to make it back in one piece. You two have a sight for sore eyes. Now all I need is water for my parched throat. Fetch me a cup, will you? Traversing through the Imperial territory is thirsty work.
Gods, I needed that.
I won't bother telling you to catch your breath. Whatever brought you galloping back to us, I assume it's urgent.
Quite. Without further ado, then. After the successful uprisings in Doma and Alamigo, rebels in several other provinces were inspired to follow suit. Unfortunately, they did not fare quite so well. The Dalmascans paid the heaviest price. For their defiance, the Emperor made a show of razing their capital to the ground, prompting many of their neighbors to abandon thoughts of resistance. But not all have given up on liberty. Heartened by the news of Doma's prisoner exchange, some still believe that the Empire may one day be amenable to negotiation. We have the shinobi to thank for spreading the good word. They have worked tirelessly to keep the subjugated informed, and a little knowledge can go a long way.
There's at least a spark of hope, then.
A spark in want of kindling, yes. The Alliance has already begun supplying materiel to resistance movements abroad, many of whom would otherwise struggle to continue the fight. The support effort has been led by the Sultana and the Elder Seedseer, who have both seen enough Alamigan refugees to know the consequences of oppression. And for their troubles, they have quickly earned a reputation as folk heroes in certain corners of the Empire. That is all for the provinces. As for the Garlean motherland itself, our friends the Populares have suffered something of a setback, I regret to say. Talk is rife that Doma has summoned a primal, and the Empire's more liberal voices are being drowned out in the fearful clamor for retribution.
And who do they think orchestrated this summoning?
Oh, any but those truly responsible. Xenos has seen to that. Speaking of whom, the Crown Prince is recovering remarkably well. Well enough, in fact, to enable him to personally tour the provinces, putting the fear of the Emperor into the hearts of any would-be dissidents.
He walks in plain sight, and none suspect him. Then it's as we feared.
Yes, and Ascian wears his skin. But it was not that which brought me here in such haste. During my time in the provinces, I learned many things. Yet at no point did I hear any report of a Doman emissary in the capital.
But Alphonse should have arrived by now. Could they be holding in there in secret?
The possibility did cross my mind, but I have reason to believe he never reached his destination. As you know, Scions assigned to covert operations, such as Riol and myself, are issued special link pearls for communication in the event of an emergency. I mention this because it was originally Alphino's task to coordinate the response at headquarters, meaning he has one. And whose voice should I hear when mine recently crackled to life?
You spoke with Alphino?
Spoke with? No. I but heard his voice, and none too clearly at that. 2 words were all I could make out. The burn.
The wasteland on the edge of Otherd. Something must have happened to them there. There's There's no time to waste. We must make for the burn at once.
I had a feeling you might say that.
And? I can't very well sit around here drinking tea if Alphino's in trouble. You said yourself that this link pill was only to be used in emergencies. So I'm going, and that's the end of it.
Oh, far be it from me to change your minds.
I will lead the two of you to your task. And see to my own. Although I am to neglect making preparations for the council, we must act swiftly before Alphino's trail goes cold. Promise we first pay him a visit. He's sure to want to hear about these developments, and he may well be able to advise us on how to best reach the barn. A solid plan, and Istola is in Doma, is she not? I dare say she joined you in the search for your asked if you asked her nicely. When you see to all that, I shall go and report my findings to the Alliance. You may leave any preparations for the council to me. Thank you, Tancred. Right, Domadin. We have much and more to share with Istola. As much as I would like to visit Doma, it will have to wait. I'll dispute you on your way. Oh, and give my regards to Istola. Ah, sí, Doman Enclave, ese no es fácil de hacer. Ay. That is curious indeed. While other matters demand my attention at present, I shall bear that you have told me in mind. Should you notice any change, do not hesitate to seek me out. Thank you, my lady, you are most kind. Well, two faces from the din of the distant past. Come on now, it hasn't been that long. Who was that you were speaking with? A local miner who supplies crystals for the rebuilding effort. Of late he claims to have struggled to find a crystal with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Upon learning that I have some knowledge of Aether, he came seeking my counsel. Just now he brought me one of his recent finds. It was precisely as he described, devoid of elemental energy, an early reminiscence of the suspected crystals that manifested in Eorzea in the days prior to the calamity. We will be wise to investigate this phenomenon more closely. Indeed, on a more positive note, the locals seem to have taken a liking of you. More an interest than a liking too, I think. The sight of a Mikud with a peculiar contraction upon her head has a certain novelty value to these parts. El medidor de Aether. Any act or regard they may have for me owe wholly to you and the others, who came before. Everyone here has been excessively cooperative, and I am pleased to report that I have all but concluded my investigation. Simply put, by focusing one's will upon ether infused object of worship, it is possible to conduct a summoning. So the fact that they are objects of worship is the key. They are themselves suffused with the requisite belief. Correct. Such sacred artifacts as the Kojin collect obviate the need of religious fervor in the summoner. You being the most obvious example, she had put associate the artifact given to her by Asahi with the divine, and it served to amplify her desires and give them form. A form nourished through the power of crystals also provided her her brother, and thus was Tsukiyomi brought into being. Which brings me to question of preventive measures, to which I have yet to find a satisfactory answer. At present, I know of none that will avail us, save to keep watch over the movement of relics and crystals, as if we did not have enough to keep watch over already. What I do to gain all this way to hear that which may peruse in a report? Has something happened to Alfino? I shall join you in the search, of course. Thank you, Stola. I should be glad to help, truly. Now, if there's nothing else, I shall go ahead and request an audience with Lord Hien. Elisa puts a brave face, but she has little talent for concealment. We should join her at the Kenkan. Hakuro! You did part of the general defense, no matter in my hands, and yet they do not tremble. The return of our conscript has swelled our ranks to a most formidable number. Glad I am that I need not turn my brother for reinforcements. I should not have allowed Master Rufino to live without an escort, but it avails us not to dwell in the past. We must focus on what can be done now. There you are, I pressed him on the situation. My report can wait, Final Rufino must take priority. Greetings, my friend, Alisa has explained it all to me. Needless to say, you shall have our full cooperation in the search, even if Rufino's trail goes lead to the Bourne of all places. The region known as the Bourne occupies a special place in Gilliman history. Every child in the Empire is familiar with the tale. In the distant past, it was a verdant land teeming with life, but successive summonings sought it bleed dry of ether and reduced it to a desert. It was upon beholding the devastation that Primus had brought that Emperor Solus was spurred to embark upon his crusade against their kind. The Burn offers a glimpse of the future we seek to prevent. Know you of any reason why Alfino might have gone there? Aye, a mischance. Though it lies on the route to Galdeman, it is no place to make a stop. My guess is they encountered some manner of trouble there. In any event, I am of the mind as Alisai. We have no choice but to take the search to the Burn. Given the considerable distances involved, this best we went by bird. Jim and I have our Jones. Yugiri, will you ready falcons for the others? I shall gather our swiftest birds. Near the House of the Fierce there is an overlook. Pray join us there once you have seen to your preparations. La casa del Ferroz. Here coming for you, Alfino. Having named him emissary of the Malor, he considered himself personally responsible for Master Alfino safely. Now I could say what swayed him from joining the search. With such a steed to bear me to and fro, I could perform my field work in a fraction of time. Mayhap I shall try my hand at this barman's battle. Bien. If everyone is here as possessed of saber, let us away. Remember, our installation is a barren wasteland. There is no civilization to speak of for 100 of miles in all directions. Take care you do not lose your way. A ver aquí. Ay, todavía no. Bueno. Bueno, creo que voy como tanque. Dale. Voy. Está para tanque, el Q está lento.
Ready, friends! We are come to the burn!
Bueno.
There you are. Between contending with bloodthirsty beasts and sand in my every conceivable place, I had begun to despair of finding you again.
Do you recognize the crashed ship over yonder? Mistress Alizé and I briefly inspected it. It is the vessel that bore Master Alphino away.
Qué rápido está cubierto de
But there
arena.
was no sign of him, nor of Maxima and his people.
More Machina. It would seem they were involved in a struggle. There may be clues. We should split up and search the area.
These were no ordinary soldiers. Over here! The insignia on this man's uniform identifies him as one of the Emperor's personal guard.
Hand-picked soldiers, answering only to the royal family.
That would explain why all the casualties are Garlean. They were fighting their own.
You're saying the Emperor was behind all this? That Alphino is his prisoner?
Alphino is fine. I'm sure of it.
Aye, we must not jump to conclusions. Besides, Alphino is more than capable of looking after himself, is he not?
I suggest we return to Doma to consider our options. Whatever happened here, Master Alphino is long gone, and any subsequent search may safely be left in the hands of the shinobi.
Where in the world are you, brother? If you die on me, I will never let you hear the end of it.
Well, that was decidedly an eventful journey. I almost found myself hoping for a sandstorm. Joking aside, I said your orders are due to a good brush down and a trade or two, wouldn't you? Forgive me, I need a moment. On present evidence, we have no reason to fear the worst. More than I cannot say. We are no closer to establishing Master Alphino's whereabouts, and the suggestion of an imperial plot only compounds matters. We have much to consider. Well, there was a disclaimer experience. I had hoped to steal a moment's rest after our little outing, but it will seem duty calls. A foreign emissary arrives in my absence. Do not keep us then. Do not let us keep you then. Actually, I was wondering if you might join me. I cannot think of a guest who could fail to be impressed by the presence of the science. At least one I should be happy to receive. Of course, if you think it will be useful. Thank you. Let us return to my manor then.
Lise! What brings you here?
Oh, Alliance business. We have a request for Doma. Well, Hian. But that can wait. They told me you were out searching for Alphino. Did you manage to pick up his trail? Well, if he wasn't at the crash site, he might still have escaped. We have to keep searching.
And we will. Alphino embarked on this journey as an emissary of Doma, and I hold myself responsible for his safe return. I will have our shinobi in the provinces search for him as a matter of urgency. Chin up, Alize. You'll get to admonish your brother for his recklessness yet.
Well, someone has to do it.
I'm sure he's going to be fine. There is one thing I'm not sure about, though. You said it was the Emperor's personal guard that attacked Alphino's airship. But the Populares would never have been able to arrange the prisoner exchange without Varys' blessing. So why would he sabotage his own mission?
They may not have been acting on Varys' orders. The guard answer not only to him, but to his family, the Crown Prince included.
When Yotsuyu summoned Tsukuyomi, Asahi was quick to proclaim that a dormant citizen had violated the terms of our agreement, that the negotiations had failed. And it is this version of events that is now being repeated across Garlemald. To hear the tale, one would think the prisoner exchange never took place. Plainly, someone is manipulating matters from the shadows. Most likely Xenos, or whoever it is that wears his face.
Whichever Ascian you mean. We all know the nature of our adversary.
The servants of Chaos are true to their name. Their meddling has cost Doma a chance at peace. Whoever it was that loosed his personal guard, the Emperor cannot be ignorant of these developments. We must proceed on the assumption that our treaty is indeed in tatters. But come, Lise. You have journeyed far. Let me hear your petition.
Right. So the big news is that Alamigo has agreed to join the Eorzean Alliance. To make it official and discuss where we all go from here, the leaders of the 5 nations are planning to hold a meeting, and we were hoping you might come too. We've already seen what we can achieve when we work together, and the Alliance hopes to work even more closely in future. They think it's our best hope of keeping the Garleans in check, and I agree.
As do I. By coordinating our efforts in the east and west, we may be able to discourage them from committing their forces to a single front. I accept your invitation. I must, however, ask for time to attend to some pressing matters here. In light of recent events, the risk of Imperial reprisals is greater than ever, and I would not leave Dorma unguarded. Ere I depart, I must shore up her defenses.
Understood. I'll let the Alliance know. We'll wait to hear from you before setting a date. The meeting's to be held at the Royal Palace in Alamigo, incidentally. Do you remember the way?
Well enough. Please assure my hosts that I will not keep them waiting any longer than I have to.
Consider it done. And thank you for agreeing to come. If we all put our heads together, we're sure to find the best way forward. For everyone.
Yukari assures me the task of searching its best left her to her comrades. I shall trust to their experience and focus on what I can do. While we are happy to cooperate with the Earth and Alliance, there are many things that Doma must do alone. Don't worry, Alfino's been through countless trials and come out stronger every time. He'll be back, I'm sure of it. That the Alliance would extend an invitation to Doma bespeaks the depth of their concern. Nor are they misguided if Galeman has fallen under Asian control. The threat we face is incalculable. My advisors and I will precisely converse to discuss the matter of Doma's defenses. You are welcome to stay, of course. Had you not offered, I would have requested to leave to remain. Where the Asians are concerned, now may left to a chance. As ever, we should benefit from your experience. I thank you for coming, Lisa. Even if it was unofficial business, I had hoped there might be time to show you the land you helped to save. But I will settle for a fleeting visit if needs must. There never does seem to be enough time for anything, does there? But I did get to see some of the Enclave. You have made an excellent progress, I must say. Soon you'll have the chance to see how we are getting on too. Till the meeting then. Jengo, I was wondering if I might have a word with you before I go into bed. Ooh. Go on, my friend. I will send for Hakuro and the others in the meantime. Great, I'll wait you at the docks. Thanks for coming. Knowing you have probably guessed what I wanted to talk about. Alice, she's acting as if everything is alright, but it's clear she's barely coping. The Alice I know is overbearing, willful and reckless, and that's fine. It's how she deals with feeling weak. She has to keep moving or she's afraid she'll fall apart. A lot like me. But the thing about people like us is that we need someone to keep an eye on us. I had Papa Limo, and now I have my friends in the Resistance, and Alice has you and the Science. Before you start, I'm not saying you are neglecting her. I'm sure you aren't, and I'm sure you won't. But she is a good friend, and when I see her like this, I can't help worrying. So please make sure you give her all the support she needs, alright? Leave it to me. Thank you, Jengo. It goes without saying, but if there's anything I can do, you only need to ask. Well, I'll be best off. See you in Al Amigo. Hakuro. We all had suspicions from the start, but part of me was credulous enough to believe the Empire's promises. Never again. The Imperial Court is a nest of vipers, and that peace they offer is laced with poison. We're doing most timely. We have just apprised those who newly arrived where matters stand. I dare say I can guess the subject of your discussion with Liz. She too was never one for concealment. Fortunately for you, the individual in question seems none the wiser. Is everything alright with Liz? I won't ask for details. I know you tell me if it were important. Ah, there you are, my friend. Everyone has assembled, so let us begin.
If we are to ready ourselves for invasion, we shall need manpower, provisions, and time, all of which are in notably short supply.
Candid as ever, you giddy. And correct, I concede. Fortunately, I have an idea. Tis plain no single nation can stand against the might of the Empire. And it was only with the aid of others that Dorma succeeded in winning her freedom. So, I mean to take a leaf out of our Eorzean friends' book and form an alliance of our own. In addition to those with whom we already share an understanding, I would reach out to Hingashi and Suinosato, and further afield to the myriad peoples of Nangsha and Dalmasca. I am under no illusion. Not all will answer the call. Yet disparate though we may be, we are united in our desire for freedom. If our neighbors could be made to see what is at stake, Ascian machinations and all, cooperation need not be so far-fetched a notion.
It may even seem practical. Under the guidance of our former leader, Master Louis Soir, we once strove to unite the fractured city-states of Eorzea. I dare say that experience shall be of use in your endeavor.
We should be glad of your wisdom.
For the record, I would have been in favor of this plan even if it hadn't been my grandfather's, but I have to ask, how will we secure the time to carry it out? Not that anyone has forgotten, but the Garleans have airships. Lots and lots of airships. Should they catch wind of our plan, they could send an armada to overwhelm us before our alliance had even begun to take shape.
Not if we deny them access to the skies.
Oh. Tutellistele?
During our time in the Burn, the Warrior of Light and I chanced upon some Allagan ruins.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
As such ruins go, they were not particularly unusual. But something about the surrounding land struck me as odd. Faint though it was, its ethereal residue was uncannily similar to that of Azizlar. Identical, in fact. For locations so far removed to share a single etheric signature is all but impossible. I conclude, therefore, that the Allagans created the floating continent with land taken from the Burn.
While that is a most intriguing theory, I fail to see what relevance it has to Dorma's defense.
Azizlar was enclosed in a powerful energy barrier, impenetrable even to an Agrias-class battleship. It occurred to me that those ruins may have enjoyed similar protection. I have no proof, but the Warrior of Light did report seeing a structure resembling other known Allagan field generators.
All right. But even if we could put up such an energy barrier, it surely wouldn't extend beyond the limits of the Burn. So what's to stop the Garleans flying around it?
Fuel. The Dalmascan capital, Rabanasta, was a key Imperial refueling point in the east. By laying waste to it as a lesson to the rest, the Empire greatly hindered its own operations in the region. If an Imperial fleet were to advance upon Doma, it would now have little choice but to travel, as the crow flies, over the Burn.
I see.
A word of caution. Even assuming the generator still functions, raising a barrier of such a scale will require a prodigious amount of energy. And few places are so bereft of suitable crystals as the Burn.
A source of energy. Tell me, did the Allagans make a habit of launching things into the sky?
A curious question. Besides Azizlar, I know of only one other notable instance. The Red Moon Dalamud, whose fall triggered the calamity.
Just the 2 occasions, you say? Then I believe I may have a solution to our energy problem.
You do?
I may. To find out for sure, we would need to visit the Azim Steppe. Which would, I now see, present the perfect opportunity to discuss an alliance with the Zayla tribes. How very neat. What say you then? Shall we see whether this road leads?
El codo de... Yo estorbando la Alice. We have fought long and sacrificed much to reclaim our freedom. I will die before I allow the Empire to take it from us again. The Rain Ruby Princess is more receptive to the outside world than her predecessor. It is true. But what we offer is an invitation to war. Though I will plead our cause, I fear we can expect little for Suinosato. In the field of archaeology, the Asin steppe remains unbroken ground. Having missed our Jurlax expedition through injury, I mean to seize this opportunity with both hands. The Asin steppe, I always wanted to say it. It is settled then. I will journey to the Asin steppe with the Scions, Yugiri and Hakuro. I leave our other neighbors to you. I apologize, but I won't be joining you. I am no archaeologist, and what the skills I do possess are unlikely to be of any great use to the mission. But more importantly, it seems to me that the ruins in the burn warrant attention. And so, while you are away securing an energy source, I will engage our friends at Garland Ironworks to undertake a complete overhaul of the field generators. We'll need them good working order if our plan is to succeed. I trust there are no objections. Let's get in the barn. I get off the step. From what I hear, the Saela like fighting with friends amongst as much as foes. Good luck. Just the three of us then. Very well, shall we make first for Union? It's a fine feeling to be back. Were it not for our mission, I would be nothing more than to lie on the grass and watch the clouds float by. So this is Asin steppe. The terms do not do it justice. You think the view is impressive here? Wait until we reach higher ground. Actually, seeing as this is your first visit, permit me to show you my favorite spot. Está allá arriba en el...
I will never tire of this vista. The endless fields, the boundless skies. 'Tis a sight to make a man forget his cares.
But not his purpose, I trust. Might this be a fitting moment to tell us what we are doing here?
Of course. During my time with the Mole, I learned some few myths of this land. One goes thus. In the distant past, when all seemed doomed, a wayfaring soul came unto the steppe. Venturing into the northern crag, he received of Nama a sliver of her essence, a shard of the shining moon, and with it clove the tainted land from the earth. The end thus averted, to these fields did the wayfaring soul return, and venturing once more into the northern crag, he buried the shard, and made unto the heavens an offering of blood.
A tainted land cloven from the earth and an offering of blood to the heavens. Azizlar and Dalamud.
That was my thinking, yes.
And you believe that yonder mountains hide an artifact possessed of sufficient power to raise Azizlar up to the heavens. I suppose that might suffice.
Worth a closer look, would you say?
I would.
An intriguing myth, but I wonder how Nama came to be woven into it. An elegant hand, perhaps? From here we shall travel to Moldlo. There we may ask Serena about the particulars of the myth and raise the matter of the alliance with the rulers of the steppe. So that's Serena. This told me something of the woman, but I did not think that we would ever have the occasion to meet. Tell me, do you notice anything different about the mole? How they carry themselves? That, my friend, is pride. I do believe their victory in the Nadam mean more to them than I realize. Strange. Amidst the radiance of your brain, I sense a shadow. I pray it is but my imagination. Ok, lo de la sombra no me lo esperaba. ¿Quién? Jengo, I am glad of your visit and the opportunity to welcome a new friend. How may we serve you? That is a matter I will discuss with them all. It concerns not only the peoples of the steppe, but the very land in the far east. A shadow of the shining moon left behind by a wayfaring soul, and you need this to protect our lands. I do. My friends and I wish to find the shard and ascertain the extent of its power. Will you tell me more of the place where it lies buried, this northern crack? If that is your wish, in the mountain to the north there is a cavern called the House of the Crooked Coin. Inside this cavern are pillars of stone that legend holds to be the source of Nama's power. There I believe you will find what you seek. Ah yes, I know the place. This bridge is walled from there. And what are your thoughts on the alliance? Should the Empire return, our lines will be engulfed in a storm of conflict, whether we will it or not. If we do not stand together, we will fall apart. This I believe with all my heart. However, among the tribes of the steppe, there are those who revere Nama above all else. To them, the pillars are sacred, and not to be disturbed. proceed as you propose, such tribes are like to spawn an alliance, prompting others to follow their example. That is my concern. But it is by no means certain that the pillars will provide the power you seek. Ere you reach the ire of the followers of Nama, may you not first visit the house of the crooked coin. If all is as you hope, we may then consider how best to earn their blessing. I thank for your consent. We will do as you suggest. I have no desire to give offense to those with whom I will join hands. Thank you for understanding. Though the moon may reign over the steppe today, this decision will shape the days to come, and we will not force others into war against their will. Nor we. A hundredfold stronger are they who choose to fight their own accord. In a place such as the steppe, there are myriad tribes exist side by side. It is important to respect each other's ways, and it would be wise indeed to respect the beliefs of those who would gladly render both body and soul to the dog's mother. Selina is quite right. Before we seek the permission to use the pillars, we should determine if they are suitable for our purposes. It seems the time is come to put my skills to use. Pray lead the way to the house of the crooked coin. Me pregunto de qué será esa sombra de la que habla esta mujer. Uy, esto se ve muy halaganesco. Well, it certainly looks powerful, but powerful enough that you'll have to ask the expert.
Such an abundance of ether.
Are we in luck?
We are. This is an Allegan artifact, most likely built to regulate the flow of ether. I strongly suspect the ancients used it to stem the flow from here to the burn. That would explain how they were able to untether what became Azys La from its surroundings. But were we to throw open the floodgates, the resultant deluge would surely be sufficient to raise our wall. And in restoring the flow, we may also restore life to the wasteland.
What is it?
While the device itself harbors a surfeit of ether, the opposite is true of the surrounding area. An effect of regulation, perhaps. A similar phenomenon seemed to be occurring in Doma. Whatever the explanation, the answer will not reveal itself here. We have seen what we needed to see. Let us return to Mol Ilo.
Mol Ilo. Eso de que la L sea idéntica a la I mayúscula siempre me molesta. Ah, mira. Well, it looks like I was right about the pillars. Now we need permission to use them. In that such an abundant source of ether should lie undisturbed for millennia, is a miracle made possible by the steppes' long history of isolation. You found that which you seek then? Great. Indeed, this is the Du's modest power. If aught less will suffice to protect our lands, the blessing of the other tribes must now be sought. Of course. But to which tribe should we appeal? Swambos. There are many who worship Nama, but none are so fervent in their faith as the Dotar. Their consent shall be the key. The Dortar least spoke of them, a warlike tribe possessed by unique customs as belief. I sense their cooperation will not be easily won. Nay, but it will be well worth the effort. The Dortar fear nothing, the dead least of all, and our alliance will be greatly strengthened by their presence. Let us go to Dortalcar and trade with their Katum Sadu. Bueno, esto va a servir de acá. Ya sentí que duró la noche. Y apenas va empezando. Ah, no, espera. Ya, todavía falta. I wonder whose spirit will find its way into my child's body. I eagerly await the day when the Katum is last able to graze into my baby's eye. To speak of her fond forgotten, Sadu is an astute leader. If we plead our cause in earnest, I am certain she can be persuaded. Great faith gives rise to great strength, for better or for worse. Whatever it is, the Dortar holds sacred. We should do well to accord it all respect. You again? Other matters demand our time, Kagan. Unless it is battle you seek. Alas not, quite opposite in fact. talking, always talking. You say the pillars hold great power? Of course they do. They are the source of Nama's strength. To the Dortal, no place is more sacred, and we will make ash of any who would defile it. Thought I see this is not your wish. You see the wisdom in our proposition then? You will join hands with us? I said nothing of joining hands. You wish to wield Namath's power to defend these lands, and this I will allow. But for leaving the estate to fight the men in iron, I will have something in return. Namely battle with you, Kagan. The Naman ended ere began. I will face you again, alone, without distractions. Defeat me, prove yourselves the stronger, and you shall have the Dortal as your allies. Surely this is agreeable terms. While this is a not wholly unexpected turn of events, so I had assumed I would be the one required to fight. Alas, the cartoon has made her choice. Shall we dance? Ha! It shall be a battle the Esther shall not soon forget. Already my soul burns brighter. Prepare yourself, Kagan, and await me outside the car. I will gather my witness and join you anon. Está pues ok. When I was little, I would stray up to Gosetsu wooden sword in hand, and challenge him. To his great credit, he never held back, and I had many a bump and a bruise from it. Try as I might, I fail to see the logic in this arrangement. I can but conclude there is none. Esperaste del día.
Yes! This spot shall serve as well as any. I shall enjoy this Han.
It's Han.
Is this truly necessary? Have you no peaceable way of making decisions?
Claro que
Speak
no.
not of peace. You stand before proud warriors of the Dathal. In the heat of battle, do our souls burn brightest.
Ese no se llevaría muy bien con
We lay
ellos.
low the strong that we may rise higher. That is our way, the way of might. There is no other.
Oh, they do not want for conviction.
Indeed, it's what makes them such dangerous enemies, and such useful allies.
Enough talk! It is time to fight!
Muy bien, Saru. Vale, hiciste la misma que hicimos.
In death do our souls sing! In death do our souls sing!
Decías más. Sabía que iba a hacer eso.
In death do our souls sing! In death do our souls sing! In death do our souls sing!
Mi rotación se hizo papilla, pero bueno.
Yes! Yes! Not since the Nardum has my soul burned so!
Cálmate, Sinos.
Come! We have only just begun!
Enough! You were not granted leave to set the steppe ablaze.
Ya llegó este güey.
Well, well, the sun has come out to play.
Be gone, Moonstruck Oranir! I am busy!
Fool of a Dothar! Have you forgotten the face of your master already? The sun will never set! From his seat on high, he reigns over all, now and forever.
Ya le dio dolor de cabeza a Stola.
Yet what should he find here but a battle to determine the fate of the steppe? A battle waged without his blessing. This will not stand. You, Doman!
You who come to petition the warriors of this land forget that all Nama's children are wards of the Orinir. As first among my brothers, your petition is mine alone to judge.
These words are as wind from a horse's backside. Plentiful, but your axe sings more sweetly. Let her speak for you.
Insolent child, you will learn your place!
Forgive me, Brother Magni, but we have an arrangement with the Dothar. We will not abide any interruptions.
So be it. The sun will pass judgment on all. Didakul, join me.
The sun is in good company. We may dance alone.
Beg not for mercy, for you will have none. Bear witness to the power and the glory of Azim!
Constantly at each other's throats like rabid dogs. Gods, I'm turning into her. I have not the patience for this, but if we must fight, let us at least be brief. Come.
Nine.
Concentrate! Walk well and learn!
Before me! Tremble before the sun!
Uy. Ooh.
How about you? Never have I felt such bliss in defeat.
Nice.
'Twas a battle to burn soul and flesh to ash. We Dothal will lend you our strength as promised. Narma's power is yours to wield. What does the sun say to that?
The sun is not driven by base motives such as yours. But they have been judged and found worthy. It is the way of the Oronir to accord recognition and respect to the strong. You have made sufficient proof of your strength. The sun shall answer your call.
You have our thanks. We are glad to call you allies.
You? By what are you called?
You stole her. Why?
Are you my Nama?
I beg your pardon?
¿De qué hablas, güey?
In battle, you shone with all the majesty of the full moon's light. Your healing touch, the embodiment of the Dusk Mother's love. Long had I wondered if my Nama might not be a woman of the steppe. Beholding you, I am all but certain. Look into my eyes. Could it be? Could you be?
I am not interested, little son. Try again when you've become a man.
Oof.
Little?
Te escuchas como se rompe.
Little son! Little son! Does it pain you, little son? Crave you salve to soothe the ache? Fire to sear the wound in your heart?
Me mató tan fuerte.
We've wasted enough time here. Siren awaits for word of our success.
Bueno, ustedes jueguen, nosotros nos vamos. Ay. Perfecto. You have not only contend with Shadowwood Magnite too? Such a fierce battle that must have been. Yet here you are, triumphant. Having passed such a test, they could not deny you the Lions. The Mole will have no such demands. Weak though we are, we will gladly to stand with you. The steppe is our home, and we will defend with all our being. You have my heartfelt thanks. Of all the tribes on the steppe, there is none I would rather have at my side. God's willing, many more will rally to our cause. I shall send you word when we have answers from all the tribes. I cannot endure enough, Serena. None of this would have been possible without you. A ver qué dice Gen. Magnus announced that appearance had been worried for a moment, but it was not his day to shine. Still, I cannot fault the man's bravery. Offended? Not in the least. I am not a stranger to clumsy propositions, and that believe it or not, was far from the worst I have heard. Qué mala eres, Istola. What matter of Nama's power and the Lions, the gods have regained silent. That is their way of telling us to choose with our hearts. Though the Mole have no love for war, we love our home fiercely. Should the steppe be threatened, we will rise to protect it, as will full many other tribes, I believe. And so our alliance begins to take shape. Now, if we can just get to that ether flowing again, it will have been a successful trip. Ay, bueno, valió la pena ver al solecito. Muy bien, eso va a ser todo por esta noche. Nos vemos mañana con más Final Fantasy XIV. Que tengan muy buena noche. Nos vemos. Que tengan muy buena noche. Se cuidan. Nos vemos. Chao. ¿Qué más? Eso es todo.